I'm Rebecca Lindquist, the American Accent Coach with English by the Hour, and I'd like to speak to you about best practices in the area of American accent acquisition. I've worked with hundreds of clients from many different language backgrounds over the years, and I've also talked to people who took classes or worked on their accent through self-study. And the challenge is that even though you know how to pronounce the words, you still may not have the accent you desire at the level you desire it to be. That might mean that in interview situations it breaks down, or when you need to speak naturally and comfortably, and you can't really think about your accent and focus on your pronunciation. So I'd like to talk to you a bit about how to implement what you've learned in an accent reduction program. Let's say you've taken a program, and now it's been a couple months, and you notice you're not where you would like to be. What are some things you need to do differently? First of all, make sure that you're practicing every day. And by practicing, you want to be very specific about what you're working on. I don't mean just speaking English every day, although that's important. It's also important to ensure that you're working on your specific patterns. And by specific, I don't mean the TH sound. I mean being very clear that it's the voiceless TH in the middle of the word with certain vowels, like author, lethargic, authentic. If that's the challenge for you, you need to have a word list and work specifically on that sound in that environment every day. And when I say every day, I mean 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes at lunchtime, and 10 to 20 minutes at night. If you have more time, that's great. However, if you feel that it's a struggle, or it's uncomfortable, or you don't look forward to doing it, then change your schedule. If it's not fun and exciting, the brain won't make the changes long term. So we want to pull what we can learn from brain change theory and modification for adults. And that is, the brain loves new things, and exaggeration, lots of breath, make it fun. The other thing you might consider doing is focusing on your specific areas of expertise. So you might practice the PowerPoint presentation that you need to give next week at work with accent in mind. By that, I mean that instead of doing your normal preparation, which you would also do, of course, first, but instead of limiting your practice just to that you present one time with a focus on accent. Not having someone else correct you necessarily, but yourself focusing on your patterns, recording yourself, your breath, your articulation, pulling everything you've learned in your accent reduction program into correcting yourself as you speak. Self-correction is one of the most important things you can do. Interestingly enough, even native speakers sometimes have to self-correct. Let's take a look at Vice President Joe Biden on the program This Week on ABC, who meant to say the word confident and instead said the word confidence.
Really, and I've been saying this now, I think even when you and I went down to North Carolina, you followed me on a recovery trip, I was saying it then. I am absolutely confident when people take a look at what has happened.
For non-native speakers, it's important to remember that you don't have to say everything perfectly the first time. Native speakers don't even do that. But you do need to have mechanisms in place to self-correct, as you just saw, and also to transfer the skills that you're acquiring into your natural speech. That's not always obvious. So you may need to find a coach to help you do that. Thank you for your time.